Americans may be living longer and even exercising a little more, but we really aren't much healthier than we were a decade ago. Thank you for joining us tonight. I'm Matt Templeman.
And I'm Renee McCullough. That news comes from the biggest survey of U.S. health in 15 years, breaking down death, disease, and disability county by county. KEZI 9 News reporter Grace Lim has details of Lane County in our top story tonight at 6. Grace?
I spoke to a local doctor about the findings of the national study. While Americans are living longer, we're not necessarily in good health. In fact, he says the youngest generation probably won't outlive their parents for the first time in 100 years. Here in Lane County, the leading causes of death are all preventable. We all have bad habits.
I smoke about a pack a day.
I smoke 2 packs a day.
And that's the very thing contributing to sobering data in a national study published in the Journal of American Medical Association. Despite spending more per head on healthcare than any other nation, the U.S. is still far behind other wealthy countries when it comes to health.
We do appear to have a bit of a stagnation in terms of health and our life expectancy. And a big part of that, we think, is due to unhealthy eating, unhealthy activity, and the obesity epidemic.
The study found across the U.S., heart disease is the leading cause of death, followed by cancer. But in Lane County, it's flipped.
Probably one of the reasons we have more cancers than heart disease is we have more tobacco use in this county, in the state too.
Tobacco is the #1 killer in Oregon. 7,000 people die every year, but tobacco-related death is also the most preventable. Poor diet and lack of activity is a distant second killer in the state.
And yet, we're not #1 really in any healthcare measure, except for we're by far the fattest country. Nationally, 66% of our country is obese or overweight. Oregon's at about 60%, but still, 60% of us are obese or overweight. I don't think that's a victory to be 10% less fat than the country, 6% less.
While life expectancy did go up in Lane County by 5 years for men and 2.5 years for women, Dr. Ludke says we're still not where we want to be.
We should smoke less. We should be more active. We should have more people with access to health care.
The study also found Americans are more disabled now than they were 10 years ago. While researchers didn't mention economic conditions in their report, Dr. Ludke believes there is a link between wealth and health. But he says the link isn't perfect because of factors like genetics and the environment. In the studio, Grace Lim, KEZI 9 News.